Hello everybody, this is Gary again.
And it's me, Marquita.
And again, I'm going through the book of Revelation through the month of July. I am behind, so I'm catching up, so that's why we're still wearing the same clothes. We're trying to get through this as quick as we can, get caught back up. Some things have came up, it's thrown us behind, and God willing, things are going to straighten up, and we'll get this series back online, and I hope it's a blessing to you. And today I'm going to do chapter 9 of Revelation, 1 through 11, half the book today. Okay, and it starts off. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven onto the earth, and to him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts onto the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. In other words, the locusts were now given the ability to sting and kill.
Whoa.
Life.
Okay. I was supposed to ask you. But hold on, didn't we have a locust outbreak?
Yes, but they weren't biting and causing death.
Okay.
But that's the prerequisite as to what's going to come, though. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads.
Okay. Now,
go ahead.
The question.
Yes.
Didn't they say that that the worshipers will be marked with the number on their foreheads? Okay.
Yeah,
so,
for Satan.
Well, that's what
but
I
I think in this one, what they're talking about is the mindset.
Oh, okay. I
that
guess.
is not in the mindset and is not worshipped and does not have His word here.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure, because I'm like,
to me, that's what I think. That's what that's saying in this one. It's not an actual physical. You can see the mark on the head, on the seal on the head.
Okay.
It's saying that He's sealed His word in there, and it's there, and He's not. They're not supposed to touch any of His worshipers that are truly worshiping Him. And to them it was given that they shall not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as a torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the face of men. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of a lion. And they had breastplates as it were breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, or Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. And that's the end of today's scriptures. As I've kind of said all along the way, and like I said just a while ago, I think that the Christian people, his followers, are going to be tormented, and it's as a test to for the Christians that are left down here. It's a test of their faith. Make sure they're worthy to enter the new heaven, new earth. And as it's already said, they've already brought people forward that's going to be in heaven. Because that first section of the tribulation was the remainder of the Jewish nation, the 144,000. If you've been keeping up with it, I think you'll see that what I'm saying is correct on that part. And now we're getting into the remainder of what's left, which is the Christians, the followers of Christ, and the remainder of those who are not ever going to be able to see heaven. They're bound for eternal hell and damnation. But this story is starting the part where I was telling you that we're going to have to go through some torment before we can go to heaven to, like I said, test our faith. Make sure that we truly trust and believe in Jesus, and no matter what happens, that we know He's going to get us through. But this concludes today's verses. I hope it's been a blessing to someone out there.
Yeah.
I hope that you will read the book, as I said, every day. Read this whole book. Get what you can out of it. Let God speak to you in His own way. Because like I said, what He's speaking to me may not be what He speaks to you.
Yeah.
Or He may speak the same thing He's speaking to me, but in a little different manner. I don't claim to be all understanding and all knowledge of what's coming, because no man knows. All we can do is read, take what He says, interpret it in our own minds, take it to heart, and help others to understand what we get out of it, so they might be able to get some understanding out of it themselves.
Yeah.
And that's why I chose to do Revelation through the book through July. Not necessarily just because it's July, but because it's been on my mind for a while to get on here and do it. So I decided, since she's doing the verse a day, that I would come on here and do the Revelation through the month and get that book out there like I've been wanting to do.
Which I did Bible verse of the day, like I said, because of my aunt / cousin. She, every single day, even when she is sick, when she was in the hospital, and I don't know if it was her daughter or her husband or who posted it, but even when they was like the surgery went well, she still posted a Bible verse that day. And she was pretty sick, in the hospital. But every single day, even if nobody gives her any recognition or whatever, she sends out a Bible verse, because you never know when somebody needs that specific one. And so, like I said, I get one every single day from her, and she sends them to everybody, like the same Bible verse. And I said, and to me, and she does, like, she does Facebook Live, where she gets on and she's just like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but I got my coffee. And that's what she said. I got my coffee. And then next thing you know, 4 hours later, she done had like a whole sermon. But it started with her just saying she got her cup of coffee. And then people come in, she'll speak every time somebody comes into the Facebook Live. And like I said, I don't always catch her lives. I try catching them every single time that I see them. I'm not good at it, but I do try. But that's what made me start doing Bible verse of the day. I don't have internet, and stop. Don't mess up my book. I'm not. That's my book. That Amazon Kindle is not cheap. That's what my book is. That's my digital book. Please stop. That's the only thing I have to watch my Jane Austen, read my Jane Austen's on. Do you know where charger is? Not right this second. But she sent two Bible verses. And two Bible verses, of course, two that, like, I opened and I read it, and it was at the end of June, and that was when I was like, man, I like doing a video every day. I didn't know what to do. Like when I did Jumpstart June, when I did Spring Fellowship with CG, when we did National March Days, when I did and I was like, I like doing videos every day, and videos that interest me. And then when she, like the two that she sent, it was like at the end of Jumpstart June, I said, okay. And I don't even remember the two Bible verses that she sent.
Right, that doesn't matter. I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No.
I think God allowed you to see those two in a row because you were already searching for what you were going to do for July.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But them two had something to do sort of with like serving your fellow man or something. Like, I don't even remember what it was. It was something like that. And I said, okay, I hear you. I'm seeing, because y'all know me, when I can rant and I can talk, and I was having problems with the concentration camps, and to me, I needed something that I can say, okay, this is not Christian like. You keep saying that that abortion is not biblical, okay, but you doing this to these kids, you're saying that that's okay. That's not biblical either. So you can't pick and choose what's biblical. That's what I got out of it, because I feel, and I use this quote every day, by Bono from Across, when he did Across the Universe. There's no use bucking your head, bucking against the system. And what I take of that quote is, well, don't talk about it, be about it. And I can't I can't go to, I can't afford, let me say that. I was going to say I can't legally go, but I could legally go. But I can't afford to go to Washington D.C. and I can't afford a lawyer and I can't afford to go to jail and be able to get out and all that, just to be like shaking my fist at them because. But so my way of bucking my head against the system and my way of doing something is talking about it and being like, okay, you say this is in the Bible and you're doing this because of the Bible. Well, let me show you why you're doing this, and it's not because of the Bible. It's because you're selfish. It's because you are worshiping the almighty dollar, which is a sin because you're worshiping a false idol. Well, that's a sin.
And in Pence and Trump's case, there's a Bible verse that spoke about that. You can't serve two masters.
Yeah.
You can't serve the money and follow the money and do what you need to do and still follow God, which they're saying they're following God, but they're obviously following the money.
Yeah.
Very much following the money. You can't do that. It doesn't work. And that's one of the problems we've got right now with what's going on in this country.
Yeah.
Also, back to the detention, the concentration camps.
Yes.
They say it's not a concentration camp. They call it a detention center. Well, let's stop and think about that for just a second. It's a detention center. Detention centers are used for criminals. They put them in jail because they committed a crime. Mm-hmm. These people came into the country, in our opinion, in the government's opinion, illegally. But we already know through the news that about 90% of them have the papers to try to become legal citizens.
Yeah,
they were doing what they needed to do it right. And so by them doing that,
and still throw them in jail.
Yeah, by them doing that and them throwing them in jail, it's no longer a detention center. It is now a concentration camp because these people did nothing wrong. Yeah. That makes it a concentration camp.
And most of them still didn't do anything wrong when they was wanting asylum.
And even a detention center does not torture the prisoners by making them stay in a cell built for 8 people and having 32 or more people in that
it's
cell.
It's built for 35 at the
most,
I'm just saying, and it's got
81. I'm saying in the equivalence. If they went to detention center, you could get maybe 8 in there. It's not going to be comfortable. But then you try to squeeze 32 into that cell. Yeah. And that's basically what they're doing there.
It's so full.
Except it's 35 and it's so full they can't lay down and they have to stand on a toilet to get fresh air.
Yeah. They're not letting them have food.
That is not a detention center.
They're not giving them water.
They're making them sleep with the lights on, if they get to sleep at all, which they wouldn't, because they can't lay down.
They ain't even letting them take baths, giving them toothbrush and soap.
What was that?
I don't know.
Something was calling us.
Okay, well, I don't know. But that's all I'm saying. If you know better, do better. Yep. And I'm trying to know a lot of things, and I'm trying to do better. What about you, Hannah? She don't know. Anyways, that was our thing.
I pray it's been a blessing to you again. I hope and pray that you'll research this. Read it for yourself.
I told her not to sleep in that. Now she's all kicky.
You get what you can out of it. And I encourage everyone to do what I'm doing. Go through, do your own revelation through a month or whatever. In any way, break it up 2 or 3 months if you need to. I may go back and do it and break it up into however long it takes and take small parts and discuss each one a day at some point. But I encourage you to go ahead and do it too. I would love to see it. I want to hear what everybody how everybody interprets it, what it's speaking to your heart, what God's saying to you on these. The words are the same, no matter who does it, no matter how they do it. It's the same words. But because even though they're the same words, they come out differently through each person.
Yeah,
Even if you're saying the same thing I'm saying, it may be you may speak it in a totally different way, and because the way I speak it might not get might not speak to someone's heart or them see what I'm saying, whereas when you come through and you speak it, it makes total sense to them. And even though you're saying the same thing, it's the method that you're saying it. So I encourage anyone that wants to out there, go ahead, take what I've said, do a reaction video to it. I don't care, because the more that it's spoke about, the more people that are going to see it, and the more people that are going to be able to be saved from the pits of hell when that key's open and that pit's open. Once that happens, that's it. There's no turning back.
Everyone is free to react to our full video without cutting anything out.
Yes.
Without no consequences.
No editing, nothing.
No editing or anything. As long as you're not using it as hate.
Yeah, because God would not want that anyway. I don't encourage that.
I don't care if you just take my intro off of my video and repost your own intro. You can do that, but to me, the message is getting put out there. It's getting to somebody else. So I don't care.
If you want to do that, fine. Put what you want to for your intro and just use my video. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
But
that's my only thing is I don't want you to use it as hate. I don't want you to be like, God hates you because, and then you show my video. Yeah. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's not what we're saying at all. We're not saying God hates anybody.
No.
He doesn't hate any of it. He hates what we do wrong. Just like as a parent, you hate when your kids do wrong. You don't hate them. You hate what they did. And you have to punish them. And there's some kids out there, it doesn't matter what punishment you do, they just don't learn from it. And you have to finally, at some point, say, I give up. I can't do it anymore. And that's what God's saying. He's giving us opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to listen and abide by His laws, by His rules as a parent. And we keep turning our backs on Him. We keep doing things we want to do, not what He wants us to do. And it's just understandable as a parent that eventually you've got to say, okay, I give up. I can't do nothing to help you anymore, and let them go their own way. Even knowing that maybe they're going to end up in jail, and you can't get them out of jail. It's going to happen. And you've got to accept it as a parent. It doesn't make it any less hard on the parent, and I know God's going to grieve over every one that has to suffer this pain and torment. But He's told you ahead of time that that's what's coming. He's telling you over and over and over and over and over and over in His Word that if you do not do this, I am going to punish you in this way. And He's giving you every opportunity to turn away and do like you're supposed to. And I'll use me for an example on that, because my girl, I'll sit there and say, okay, if you don't stop, I'm going to whip your butt. I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And I give them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Even after I've said one more time, I'll still keep going and giving them a chance. But eventually, I see that they're not learning. They're not doing what I'm saying. They're not listening to me. So I have to punish them. I don't like it. It makes me very sad to punish my kids.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna make God very sad when He has to punish His children that are not abiding and listening to Him. But for those that do listen, there's great happiness coming. No more sadness, no more tears, no more fears, no more nothing. Just happiness and getting to love your Father.
Just one time.
But again, I hope you're getting some kind of blessing out of it. I hope you like it. If you do like it, please let us know that you like the way this is going. If you have any suggestions of things that we might do a little different, so if I do another book, that I might do a little different to possibly help even more people to understand and to know His Word. Because I know there are people out there that they're really not able to read that well, and that they get a blessing out of hearing people speak it. That want to hear it, and they're not hearing it in all the places that they need to be hearing it. We're in a new age where this is the new norm. People getting out there talking on their own, putting their stories out for everybody. And you don't find a whole lot of people on YouTube or the web at all that discuss the Bible. There are several there, but most of them that are there are pastors and deacons in churches and people that are what I would call them just not the average person. They've had training. They've learned things that they they know how to word things in a better tongue than I can. But I think it's important for everybody, no matter who you are. If there's something touching your heart, you feel like God needs to get it out there, don't be afraid to do it. Even if you don't talk good, because I know I don't talk good. I slur my words. I don't say the words in the way I wanted to say. They come out wrong sometimes. But I know that if I pray beforehand to myself and I ask God to lead me, that even with my stammering that I feel like I'm doing all the time, it's still going to break through, and the message is going to get received by someone that's watching. And I don't have a whole lot of followers, but if you have seen this and you do see it, please, by all means, send it to your friends. Because if you don't get nothing out of it, maybe one of your friends will get it. Maybe one of your friends' friends. And encourage each one of them to pass this along. Not because I want y'all to hear me. Not because I want money, because I don't want money. I don't make any money. I don't make enough because I have no followers. But my goal is to, if I can just lead through what I'm talking about, one person, just one person, back on the straight and narrow and back to God, and them be able to accept God and love God. Saving that one person, that's my only goal in what I'm doing. Because God has commanded all of us to go out and be fishers of men. That means go out, catch you one. Doesn't have to be a whole lot, just one. Then once you catch that one, maybe you'll catch 3 next time. Meaning that you're going out there, you got one person you've led, maybe through that one, because that one's went in there, they're so enthusiastic, they talk to a couple other people. That leads maybe 2 more. So now we're up to 3. Then those 2 go out and they might get 1 apiece, 2 more. And it just like this needs to become a tumbleweed. Let it just keep rolling and rolling and picking up dust and just keep rolling. That's what I want to happen here.
To untie it, you untie it from
but
in here.
Anyway, this is getting really long. I know it is. We're 29, over almost 30 minutes into this. Y'all have a good night. I pray God takes care of you. I pray that His words will fill your heart and melt all sin
You
away.
don't have to be way up there.
And until the next time we meet, which I'm hoping to be able to get another one out tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, being tomorrow, but because I'm trying to get caught back up. But
Cross
God
over
willing,
and go with
I'll
me.
have another one out there for you on the next day, and God will speak to you. I hope maybe you'll follow this. You're following this whole service. But
Cross over,
if
go
you are,
over.
I would love to have the encouragement that you're enjoying what I'm saying, or you're at least maybe getting just a little out of it.
Yeah. See it like this.
And like I said,
You cross
by
it,
all means,
right?
if
You're taking
take what I've done,
Right.
go out, make your own video,
It's going up
get more people.
this.
I want I think this is an important book. I think everybody needs to know it. So
Cross over one time. Cross.
do whatever you feel God's leading you to do with this video.
Now go
I hope
one
it's to the
up under.
positive.
Which one?
If you don't like it,
Okay,
then by
this
all
one
means,
up under.
just don't watch it.
No.
I'll still be praying for you.
Put it up under.
But please,
No.
if you do enjoy this, or if you get anything out of it, send it. If you don't want to do the video yourself, send this out to your friends, and have your friends send it out to other friends, and keep the process going. So hopefully through all that, at least one person will be led back to Christ and God. But y'all have a great night, and God willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.